Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube Channel. Good morning. Hope you are all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In the last two episodes of Know Your Mind segment, we spoke about the two parts of Jungian model of the human psyche that are operative in the conscious level of the human mind, namely the ego and the persona. In this episode, we clarify the third part of the human psyche, the shadow, by focusing on its nature. Persona, as we have seen, is obedient to the society's expectations, as it is a mask you wear to convince yourself and others that you are not a bad person. Hence, your persona pushes inward everything not good and socially acceptable in you so as to present yourself as acceptable to others. For this reason, the shadow is often referred to as the disowned self, the lower self, the repressed self, the alter ego, and the alter persona. Thus, the shadow part of your psyche consists of everything that your ego and persona have denied in yourself, do not want to associate yourself with, and cast into the oblivion. So, the shadow is associated with the qualities you have about which you worry as less appealing to people. Some of the things that are included in your shadow are all instincts, desires, emotions, and impulses that are seen as ugly and destructive, such as sexual urges and lust, a desire for power and control, raw emotions of anger, aggression, or rage, the unattractive feelings of envy, hatred, selfishness, prejudice, and greed, the emotions such as cowardice, enthusiasm, spontaneity, and passion, and everything that is considered as wrong, bad, evil, inferior, and unacceptable. Thus, your shadow embraces all those sins, dark thoughts, moods, and emotions for which you feel guilt and shame. Thus, shadow is emotional and irrational in nature. To describe the reality of the shadow, a number of metaphors are used in literature. To mention some of them: meeting our demons, wrestling with the devil, descending to the underworld, dark night of the soul, and midlife crisis. Thus, the shadow points that part of your personality you do not want to think about, accept, or deal with, but can significantly affect your psychological well-being. The shadow is suppressed part of your personality. It includes all that you have been suppressing since birth, often because it is too painful for you to acknowledge. If you are struggling to understand why you have been behaving in a certain way, then it is possible that you have suppressed a part of yourself that you feel uncomfortable with. The reason for suppressing would be that you might have felt ashamed of them, worried that they would make you appear weak and vulnerable, or perhaps you were afraid that if you acknowledged them, you would lose control over your life. Thus, growing up, you have learned to reject certain parts of yourself so that you would better fit into the society. Since these difficult to accept materials are pushed into the unconscious level of the mind, the shadow remains completely unconscious. Thus, unlike the ego and the persona that belongs to the conscious realm, the shadow belongs to the realm of the unconscious. It resides in your personal unconscious, having its roots in the collective unconscious. As emotional and unconscious in nature, the shadow is opposed to the rigidity of the ego and the formalism displayed by the persona. Shadow is instinctive and unconscious. It is the darker side of the psyche that represents wildness, chaos, and the unknown. It can appear in dreams as a snake, a monster, a demon, a dragon, or some other dark, wild, and exotic figure. Although the shadow is an intimate part of you as a human person, you are willfully blind to its existence. You often hide those negative qualities residing in your shadow, not only from others, but also from yourself. You often do this subtly by criticizing and condemning others to ensure that your focus does not fall on your own shadow qualities, that is, your own faults and destructive tendencies. You go through life with a false air of moral superiority, condemn others in order to hide your own shadow traits. The more you suppress your shadow, the harder would it be for you to access. And the more you ignore it, the bigger it becomes. Thus, you carry a shadow, and the less it is embodied in your conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. For instance, if you are consciously aware of an inferiority, you always have a chance to correct it. If it is repressed and separated from your conscious awareness, it never gets corrected, and it would become liable to burst forth suddenly in a moment of unawareness. It forms an unconscious snag that thwarts your well-meant intentions. Though it is difficult and painful to own your shadow, to work with it, to bring it into closer relationship with your persona, and effectively integrate these two outer and inner complexes within your personality. In the next episode, we will analyze how you can spot your shadow and its contents. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.